Hey Clashers, a lot of people are currently struggling with the druids, but to be honest, you can as well play a lot of healer strategies right now, and this Super Archer Titan strategy is just smashing bases left and right, because Titans have gotten an incredible buff with the latest changes of the equipments. The Earthquake boots have made this troop just insanely strong. And the good news is you can use the Earthquake boots already on level 1, because this is where they're already going to destroy all of the walls, and that is the main thing you're looking forward to. Because you want to make sure that the Titans can walk freely around in the base. They are super tanky, deal decent damage, and that combination is just a really, really solid one. We have healers as well, because I know droids are not that easy to use right now, and that will just keep them alive forever. For the queen, we're going to use the healer puppet and the mirror. You can use as well the frozen arrow instead of the mirror, or the invisibility vial. Both works great. For the warden, this equipment is pretty much set, because we want to empower the healers with the rage gem. That's quite important. And well, for the Royal Champion, we are going in with my classic when it comes down to ground strategies. You can go as well with the rocket spear and the shield though. That works totally fine as well. But I think let's just do a couple of attacks, and we'll show you why I think this strategy is just so good, and at the same time, so easy right now to pull off. So let's get started. Okay, let's start things off with our first base, and we actually have a poison tower setup, which is never a nice thing to have, but I think that should be no problem, hopefully. Something I like to go for is the Eagle Artillery. The question now, though, is can we actually land behind the Eagle? That would be an amazing place to land. Or should we actually maybe land, I think, a little bit further to the left side? That would be great. So let's just start with the Hound, then like few loons, and then something like this. And that should be great. As well, do not open too late so we don't trigger the poison tower. Like that, I think, should be a great time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Clone and rage. Nice. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Turn everything visible again. 1, 2, 3, and 4 again. Looking solid. 1, 2, 3. Now 4. I'm using the freeze because this is, in my opinion, a bit more flexible. But to be honest, that is totally personal preference. You can go with whatever you would like. That is really up to personal preference. I like to go with like, then I can like use it for a freeze, for instinct from a tower, for example, or pretty much anything I would like to. So that's quite nice. We're taking a lot of damage, but that should be still fine. Let's deploy those healers in here. Let's do some loons. Let's use the freeze now, which I was talking about. As soon as that is down, we're going to deploy the next wall break, just like that. And then we can use the Earthquake boots as we're getting towards the Town Hall. Then I'm going to use the Royal Gem from the top left side. I think that is going to be the master plan here. Let's use that King ability. Everything is open. He's going to be super tanky right now. That's why I quite like it. Obviously, you can go the damage route as well with the Spiky Ball. That's totally fine. No problem whatsoever. Let's use the Warning ability as soon as the Town Hall is going down. Right now, I think that's good. Or even those loons. Take a look at those loons. Let's distract the Archer Tower, okay? Then we can as well go with the Royal Champ up here. Minion there. Queen, we still have her ability. Let's just do that quickly so she can spawn some more healers in. Royal Champion has to spawn the Hog Riders as well quickly. Let's add more healers. More archers on the back end. We have so many Titans still left alive. The Royal Champ clearing out the back end. The Queen clearing up already here. We have another set of wall breaks if we have to get into the base again. But this base is just gone. We're getting a nice 3-star for us right here. It's just a really powerful strategy, and you have kind of hopefully nicely seen how I like to use the freeze. You can as well support the blimp with that if you're going into a sweep or into a poison tower. If you want to go a bit further into the base, it gives you a lot of freedom, but obviously with the, well, downside of not having another invisibility spell if you would get like a couple of more attacks in. But oftentimes, as you have seen right here, another invisibility spell would not do as much. But hey, getting our first Rage Tower, let's move on for the next base. Okay, this time around, we actually have a Rage Tower base setup, which is typically quite nice. As well, I think on this base, we could... Do we even have to use that phrase? The question really is, where are we going to blimp? The Bitter Hut is an option. The Rage Tower is an option. I think I would like to go more for the Bitter Hut. I think that's the safer approach. Let's just do it. Like this. And I hope there are no Black Mice. The Sweeper is covering it as well. Let's just freeze this now. And this means we should get further into the middle of the base, which is nice. Just like that. Now 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now Clone and Rage. 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yet again. 1, 2, 3, and 4 again. And this really is what I mean with this freeze. Like, you're really flexible with that, which is quite nice. And now the question is, where do we start? Where do we start? I think we are going to start down here with the Bay Dragon. Oh, that was the worst building I've ever placed. Let's add the warden quickly, because time is such an important thing with this strategy. Time is a really big factor for you. So that's something you always have to keep in mind. For this one, let's get that wall break going here. Let's use the king. Let's use those healers. Maybe some test loons. Titans. I'm trying to push the king inside this compartment. That's right now what I'm trying to accomplish. Which is working not the greatest, but I think if we use the king ability with the... Ooh, let's just try to maybe push everything inside here. If we use the king gauntlet around that royal champion, we should be fine. Come on, king. Come back. Come back. Yes, and... now let's use it. Perfect. We open up the compartment for the queen, and that is exactly what I was hoping for. Was what I was trying to accomplish. There is a lot of red mines. Oh my goodness. But do you know what I'm going to do? I got my own healers. That's right. We are going to have more healers. Take this, buddy. That's just nice. we got the reinforcement going. Let's go. Okay, we have the Rage Tower against us, but the next wall break is there. Let's use that warn ability in just a second as the king is walking in. Warn ability right now. Amazing for us. But time is ticking, so let's just start the Royal Champion from the opposite side so we can already get the cleanup going. Warden is raging everything up. The Headhunter is already, again, 10 years too late, but I'm known for not my best Headhunter timings and placements and everything, right? So that's fine. So, yeah, but this base is just crushed yet again, and it really just shows how strong this combination really is. But I feel like for the last one, I want to give you more in-depth example of what you can actually go for with those blimps, especially in the more dangerous bases with those point towers, because I feel like those are the biggest threat typically. And this is another really popular style where you have one side of the base getting covered by Poison Tower and the other side getting covered by, for example, the Rage Tower. But one of the biggest and highest priorities for you and the attack is the Eagle Artillery. You should either take it out with the blimp or take it down with your opening as quickly as possible, because the Eagle can deal a lot of damage. Your Titans are moving kind of slow. Yes, you have that Rage Gem, but even with that, you are not moving as quick, so you're kind of doing a slow approach. For this one though, I have decided to go for this elixir storage. And with the blimp flying all the way towards there, we can then just chill, do our clone stuff and everything. But something you really have to learn, and that is why I'm showing this attack, is to get the timings right. This sometimes is not the easiest. With how quick the battle blimp is releasing the troops, it can be really easy there to deploy the first invis too late, which is causing, well, a lot of troops to go down. And this kind of is what happened here as well with one of my spells being too late, and this can cost you quite a bit. But again, we're trying to recover here with going in from the Eagle side. So, as early as possible, place the Queen, place the Warden. I'm trying to snipe right now this Expo. That's why I'm even investing the freeze, because I know that this air defense does not have many hit points. And this Expo would be quite annoying because it would be on my Queen for quite some time. Adding the healers now, and the charge can begin. But since we're taking down the Eagle early, we should be totally fine. And now we can just power through all the way towards the Town Hall. The Town Hall is not as high of a priority, I feel like. It's more about this high damage area where you do not want to go through. Especially Rage Towers can be really deadly, because remember, you have only one freeze to react. Otherwise, you have no rages to empower your healers even more than just the Rage Gem equipment of the Warden. And this can sometimes be really problematic. As well, try to use the King ability in places where all of your troops are going to well, get pushed together, and that is exactly what we did here. Get that queen into the core, and now she can even reach that town hall, which was the game changer for me in this specific attack. As well, you can go with the spiky ball as well. That is totally fine. I personally right now really like this super mega tank in front of me, and then just have the earthquake boots next to the gauntlet, which then is obviously dealing way less damage. If you're going with the spiky ball and the earthquake equipment, you can clear entire compartments with just using that ability combination. But I'm fine with my king not doing the damage. I am not planning to move quickly through the base. My plan is to really make sure that we're moving slow and steady. And with this gauntlet, I feel like that works really successful for me. And this does not mean that it is the #1 priority, or should be not the #1 priority for you. And I feel like really that is something which a lot of people have to learn about for equipment. Equipment, there is typically not this one equipment which you have to use, except if you're really using specific strategies, like for example a fireball warden charge, okay? That is something different. But a lot of times you have multiple options. Royal Champion. Some people like the rocket spear and the shield way better. They have great success with that. Does this mean it's better than, for example, what I'm using with the haste and the hot rider puppet? No. Does this mean the haste and hot rider puppet is like significantly better? No, but it depends on the playstyle. If you're sending the Royal Champ more on her own, the rocket spear and the shield has more potential. If you're sending your Royal Champ around other troops, like for example the Titan push, then the haste and the hot rider puppet has more potential. So it really comes down not only to the strategy which you're pairing those equipments up, but it's as well your personal playstyle. And I feel like that is such an important thing, and I really try to like highlight that with equipment like the gauntlet versus the spiky ball, like with the haste vial and the hot rider puppet comparing to the shield and to the rocket spear. It is really personal preference, and not like, oh, I don't have this equipment max, I cannot play this strategy, because I've see this misconception a lot of times in the comments, and that is not the case. This is as well where the problem then starts if you always want to play the exact same combination as the content creator, because obviously most of the free-to-play players do not have all of those equipments unlocked or even leveled up. That's not realistic whatsoever. So concentrate on one set where you're covering a lot of equipments, or covering the most favorite equipments of yours, and you will be fine. A really big recommendation from my side, obviously, right now, is the Earthquake Boots as a common one, but to be honest, most people should have enough ores to upgrade their common equipment. The problem is the stereo ore, and for the epic equipments right now, if you like fireball attacks, go for that, that's great. Otherwise, go with the spiky ball or with the gauntlet. I don't think that you need both right now, because the earthquake boots being so strong. For the Royal Champ, if you have the ores, you can go for the rocket spear, but as well, just the double common is completely fine, for example. So overall, there's a lot of combinations right now possible, and I hope people are slowly catching up to equipments. The most important thing is that you have a couple of key equipments on a decent level, and those should be easily unlocked as free to play. But that's it from my side. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys back tomorrow for the next one. Until then, see ya and bye bye.